Hey guys, this is Captain Astra from Hallwind, and today I'll be doing a Q&A for Hail to the Wind, the new EP. On social media, I posted this post that says ask questions in the comments about Hallwind, the upcoming EP, and any past stuff. You can also ask questions about the EP when it comes out. So I have a couple of questions here, and I'm going to answer them right now. Alright, all of these questions are from the same person, Reese RT. The first question is, out of all of the songs in the upcoming EP, which is your favorite? Honestly, I think my favorite song is probably Blades of Rebellion, because I think that's more of a heavy, dark sounding song, and those types of songs that I make are my favorites. So like The Last Voyage, The Black Spot, those are what I consider my dark, heavy songs, and I love them. But it's honestly, I think Mutiny is almost tied with Blades of Rebellion, so much so that I can't fully decide if Blades of Rebellion or Mutiny are my favorite songs. I think the song I'm most proud of in this EP is Mutiny, but I think Blades of Rebellion, sound-wise, I like it more. Are there any new characters introduced? So in this EP, no, there are no new major characters introduced. Marked with X has nothing to do with any existing characters in Hallwind, so I guess those are new characters, but those characters are not relevant, they're not named, so they don't matter. But the second song, Mutiny, that's about Captain Astra. The third song, Blades of Rebellion, is about Draven Grimtide from We Are All the Sea. Commence the Conquest and Hail to the Wind are about Captain Astra. So this EP is kind of like mainly about Captain Astra. So no new characters, but there are returning characters and story expansions. With the third question, is Captain Astra's lore being expanded upon? Yes. So, as I mentioned, Commence the Conquest is actually a remake, recomposition, rewrite, I guess, of a song I made called The Commence, which is available on this YouTube channel, actually. And that song is actually about Captain Astra and his beginning as a pirate. So, most of you haven't heard that song just because it's kind of hidden. Most of you guys haven't heard the demo that I made 3 years ago, because that's kind of like a hidden song. Now, Mutiny, the song is directly what happens after Released Under Dread, the song. So it's a part of what I call the Dread Chronicles, which is still ongoing. If you want to see all the sagas and chronicles, you could go to my website, the link will be in the description. The last song, Hail to the Wind, the title track, is also an expansion of Captain Astra's story. It's not like a major event or anything, it's kind of like everything was falling apart and then everything started getting better, which you guys will see. I will do a new EP one day, not the next EP, no, but one day there will be a new EP that will basically be like Dread of Judas 2. I think there'll be like 3 songs for the Dread Chronicles, and then there will be more songs with Astra. Alright, the fourth question is, how long is the longest episode? Now, Reese here means EP. I know him personally, and he calls EPs episodes. So, how long is the longest EP? So, the longest EP is actually, I think, We Are All the Sea, because We Are All the Sea actually has a 5th song, although it's not on Spotify or anything. Only in some countries there's a single called Viva la Vida, which is the 5th song in We Are All the Sea, but We Are All the Sea is 15 minutes and 6 seconds, and the Viva la Vida, or Fallen Admiral, it has 2 names, is 4 minutes and 13 seconds, so it's over 19 minutes long, which makes it the longest EP in Hallwind history. Maybe there will be longer EPs, maybe there won't, I don't really know. And is there a new logo with this EP? Yes, there's a new logo. Boom, here it is on screen. This is the 3rd version of the Hallwind logo, so the first one is here on screen. It was like very, I don't know, there are many things I didn't like about it and whatnot. I just looked too, I don't know, weird. And then I did a second version, which came out in Vortex of Vengeance EP. Made it just look a little bit better. Yes, it's with AI, I didn't do any work. Here's the new logo. It's basically like almost the exact same as the last logo, except it actually has, the features Captain Astra has. So I wanted to make it more accurate. So now it has full golden teeth and has a brown goatee, to make, the logo a little bit more accurate. Will Reese Redbeard ever make an appearance? And if so, when? For those of you that don't know, Reese Redbeard is actually on the Hallwind website, in the characters section. One of the characters listed is Reese Redbeard, and this is actually based on Reese, my friend here that posted these questions. And Reese Redbeard currently doesn't have any appearances. There's no Reese Redbeard appearance in Hail to the Wind, but actually there is on the Hallwind Plus channel. I did actually make like a brief animation of Reese Redbeard as a joke, and it's very, very poor quality. Go watch it if you want. I just did that for a joke in like 5 minutes. So those are the appearances of Reese Redbeard so far, and obviously on the site, and there's a description. And actually there is an appearance, not really within this EP, but I recently released the 2.0 version of the Hallwind website, and on the website is there's a new thing called Tales, which are short stories for Hallwind, and in there, the first ever and the only tale or short story is called Bitter Steel, which is a story about Reese Redbeard. So boom, here it is on screen. So that will also be linked in the description if you want to read that story. It's not written by AI. I wrote it all. I mean, usually the things on the website are written by me, and then I just ask AI to make it, more formulated, more professional. But with this story, I just wrote it all by myself because I wanted to keep it authentic. So yeah, that's a new short story, Bitter Steel. So those are all of the Reese Redbeard appearances so far, but there will be more appearances. I'm gonna do this EP. I don't know when I'll do this EP. It might be in 2 EPs, it might be in 4 EPs. I don't know when this EP will come out, but that EP will be about, the main song will be about Captain Astra and Reese Redbeard, and that song is actually a dream that I had. Yes, I had a dream about Hallwind, and it was like, I'm not gonna spoil much, it's gonna be a really, really important song, a really important addition to the lore, and it'll be about Reese Redbeard and Captain Astra. The next question is, what would you change if you had a second chance to do this album? Now, there are many things I would actually change. The first thing is, in most songs, I actually kind of have this sloppy guitar playing, and I wish that I would just, I don't know why I just didn't do it all over again, like re-record until it sounds good. For example, in Hail to the Wind. Hail to the Wind actually was supposed to be the second song of the EP, but it ended up being the fifth song, because I'm not that proud of it. So, for example, the solo, as you can hear, is a little bit sloppy. And then also the outro. So the last chorus has like a key change in the middle, and the playing there is super sloppy, and the outro just sounds awful. This is Captain Astra from the future. I want to say that another thing I'd change in Hail to the Wind is the outro. Instead of it just being the power chords and that's it, I actually wish I added some slow melodic guitar playing and some chords. I don't know why I didn't do that. So maybe in the future I might remake the song and fully just make it sound amazing. So I'd change that. Another major thing I'd change in every single song is the mixing. I've had this problem for, I think, ever since We Rule the Sea. The guitars and everything are just too loud. With the guitars being too loud means that the drums are drowned out, and what I have to do with the drums is set them on max volume, and they're still not that hearable, and it has this weird static noise, and it's weird, and the vocals are drowned out. I bet no one can transcribe Hallwind lyrics just by listening to them, in this EP and We Rule the Sea. So I would change that. I would change the mix completely. Another thing I would do is, in Commence the Conquest, I was gonna have chants. So you know how in some songs I have chants. For example, in Mutiny, I have the I must fight for my fate. I have that type of stuff. In Marked with X, I have Marked with X. Well, in Commence the Conquest, the part started off strong and pirates we must be, and I would have must be the sea, stuff like that. I basically wanted to have chants in that section, but I completely forgot. And yeah, there are a lot of small little things I would tweak here and there. I've never released a song where I haven't wanted to fix something afterwards. Actually, you can ask me the same question in a year and I would give you a million things. Let's say Dread of Judas. When I released that EP, I thought it was perfect. I thought there were no flaws. Now, 2 years later, I would change everything. So this question could be asked again in a year, and I'll probably give you way more answers. Alright guys, that was it for this Q&A. Sorry if there are not enough questions. I just don't really have fans, and the people who do listen to Hallwind, they don't go far enough to look at the Instagram and all that stuff. But yeah guys, this was it for this Q&A. If you have any more small questions, you can ask in the comments below and I'll answer them in the comments section. So see you guys next time. Goodbye.